Well, guys, I don't need to tell you, this build has been an emotional roller coaster slash train wreck. From the amount of work I put into the interior, the physical work required to get all this in here, scrounging pieces, piecing it together, it's been rough. And then only to have my amp fail before I ever even get to hear it. I know you guys have been offering me all kinds of solutions, and I appreciate you. Every single one, every single comment, and every single suggestion is greatly appreciated. One fellow even suggested that everybody spam my channel to raise my my income, and I'm all down with that. But nonetheless, I had to come up with an amplifier to have one for the tent and for the rest of the season, really. So after hitting up different sources and searching for different solutions, of course, I went to my friend Carmil, and lo and behold, just like that, one mention, hey man, I need an amp to make some power. His next question was, how much power? What an awesome guy, guys. I mean, let me just show you how this went down. So he goes into his personal stash. This is his own personal equipment, you know, that he's put in vehicle, his own vehicle, put out, you know, like everybody else has a stash. He went into his stash. Little road rash here, little scratch or tooth here. We're going to fix all that. And he pulled this guy out. This is a Audio Dynamics K3000.1. 3,000 watts. It's got all the settings. So the answer is yes. Tiffany RCAs. This is a real stout, ornery little amplifier that does its rated power plus and does it super cleanly. So all I need to do now is a few things. I need to install this. I need to touch it up. I need to give it the love it deserves. And tomorrow I need to go back up there and give Carmil a demo, because I promised him a demo. Now, keeping it real, guys, I can't say enough good stuff about this Sundown Audio SCV1500D. It's like a third-hand amplifier and performed perfectly. Sounds amazing and plays way above what it should. So I'm 100% impressed with this guy. It's just not capable of doing what I need in this build. But if you're looking for a 1500 watt amp, something in that range, you cannot go wrong with that. Find one of those guys where you can get it cheap. That's an absolute steal. It will absolutely make you happy. So oftentimes when you get a used piece of equipment, it will have some love. Little damage here and there, little scratches and dings. And most of the time, the easiest way to solve that is to hit it with a Sharpie. You know, use a Sharpie to mark out the color the spots up. You can also use automotive paint pens. That will work. Well, I'm going to do days a little bit different than that. I like to go a little bit further. So the first thing I do is get my little brush and make sure I don't have any dust inside the grooves on top of the amplifier. Make sure that's clean. Then we want to cover everything that we don't want to get color on. All right, we have everything covered. Now what I'm going to do is take a worn out piece of paper, sandpaper, and I'm going to kind of take the roughness off the scratches. Smooth them out just a little bit. This gouge was pretty deep, and it was from a piece of equipment in the back of there, like a tire jack or something like that, that managed to get in the middle of everything and get involved. Now I just want to take the edges down to where it's, you know, relatively smooth. Again, we're not shooting for perfection, just making it look a little better, giving it some love. It deserves love. It's a nice piece of equipment from a very awesome guy, and I told him I'd make it look better, make it feel better, make its boo-boos go away as much as I could. And that's what we're doing. It's knocking those edges down so that roughness is gone. Give it a little sweep. All right. I really like using this stuff. This is a vinyl and fabric because it covers so evenly. Aesthetically, it's probably the best thing you could put on here. So we're going to give it a poke and see how it goes. What y'all think? Pretty black, huh? Now we just need to let it sit and consider its life choices and unveil it, see what we got. Not Torah. So you guys tell me, did I get it right? All right, guys, we got it hung, and I'm switching these around. I'm going to make the ground the closest to the amplifier, so something like this. And I've also got Carmil, before I left, to build me some wires. So let's get started sorting this thing out. The first thing I want to do is figure out where these wires want to go. I had to make the black ones a little bit shorter than the red ones so that we could make the curve nicely. But I don't know exactly what these wires want to do yet, because they're not trained exactly the way I want them trained, but we're going to make it work anyway. So we're going to see where they want to come out, how they want to run, and then we'll try to accommodate them. I can see that this area right in here is good. Notice how the black wires and the red wires are together? Yeah, that's important. So this will look good right in this area. So in the low center right here.
Now while I'm finishing up the wiring, I want to tell you about my friend Carmil. When he started this business, he worked himself completely to death for many, many years. He would come in before they opened, and then he would be long there after we closed, and working the entire day, working many hours before and after, sometimes late into the night, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, to get jobs done so he could make the business a success. Sometimes he would sleep in there on the couch. I mean, his wife was mad at him all the time because he was never home. He killed himself to get this business started. And he's been there for every one of his friends over the years. I see him doing work on people's cars in his shop sometimes. Somebody has a problem. It's 6 o'clock in the evening, someone's things broke on their car. He stays in his shop, in his audio shop, and helps fix their car. That's how he is. Every time I went to him with any kind of problem, he's always had a solution. He always takes care of me. He does immaculate work. He stands behind his work. You know, I mean, he's a good friend to everybody. He's a friendly, awesome guy. If you guys want to help me out, if you want to help me, then get over on his YouTube channel, which is fairly new, and give him some love. Carmil Car Audio, and I'll have a link down below. You guys go over there, click on one of his videos, say the most recent video you can find, and leave a comment. Say Car Audio Enthusiast. You know, say we came to thank you for helping CAE, or for helping Gary, that's my name, with his amplifier situation, because he was there when nobody else was. He did all the things that you guys wanted to do, the ways you wanted to help me. He was able to help me. And so if you wanted to help me, and you still do, head over to Carmil Car Audio's YouTube page and subscribe, comment on one of the videos, say, hey, thank you, Carmil, for being an awesome friend to Gary. Now, my buddy Carmil told me that these 80 amps require some pretty good line voltage. So we added a line driver over here to the left, and that's going to get that voltage up so we can get all the power out of this amplifier. And guys, I'm going to tell you, it is putting out some power.